Lately, I've been digging deep into my spiritual toolbox. The universe isn't just out there, it's interacting with you. Claim your power by embracing the unknown. This is Tracy with Tracy Talks, and I'm here to ignite your curiosity. Don't just listen, embrace it. There have been times lately where I just have been feeling extra tired. I have no energy to give to anybody else, let alone myself. And I'm really having to look at my spiritual tools and try to intentionally focus on what it is that I need to take care of. Let's face it, there are days where I can just run away with the energy. I can get fixated on something that I've heard, and then I start Googling it, and then I go down this whole rabbit hole, and I have wasted time just looking up nonsense things that don't even really matter. And I know it's okay to escape every now and then, but I'm already feeling depleted. I'm realizing that there are going to be times where I have to intentionally get the things done in my life that I need to get done. It's easy to focus on things that are not in the immediate vicinity and that I have no control over, that I can't impact. And it is a huge waste of time. And sometimes it's even a waste of time just to think about people and think about situations and scenarios and replay them over and over and over again. Because unless I can actually do something in that moment to change something in the past or change something in the future, then it's a waste of time. And I mean, I can't change the past. I can think about the future, but it may not play out in that scenario. I've been using this energetic tool where I have been calling back in my energy. And because when we think about how we are energy and how we're connected, and there's often this tether that we have to people that are closest to us. And there's a tether that we have to people that we don't even hardly know. And when we think about somebody, there is actually an energetic connection that we're making to that person. I've really been trying to pull all of my energy back into me. And I am spending time daily sitting in my intentional meditative space and imagine somebody that I've been putting a lot of mental thought towards. And I see their face in my mind. And I imagine this energetic strand connecting them. And I'm simply just pulling that strand of light back into me. And I do this process for everything that I have been focusing on as a reset, as an intention. It's another way of just living with intention, because there are times where we do need to really invest our thoughts and energy into someone or a situation. But I want to be intentional with my time. I want to be intentional with what I focus on. When I really think about it, I can't solve all of the world's problems right now. I only have so much within my control, within my capacity, and that's what I need to focus on. I am somebody who certainly does like to be informed with what is happening. I like to know at a high level what is happening out in the world. But I also realize how I feel when I get fixated on some of these things that really aren't impacting me right now. I mean, they are, but they're not. And I know how I don't feel as good when I focus on all of the despair. I don't feel as good when I focus on the pain and the hurt. And I'm simply trying to be intentional with my thoughts, my time, and my energy. And if there is something that has significant importance to me, and if something really means something, then I have to dedicate a specific time for that, to do that, to research that, to invest my resources. But simply just scrolling through social media and then, thinking about so and so and thinking about so and so and, oh my gosh, what are they doing? And, unless I am going to reach out to somebody, I'm really trying hard to not focus on it too much, to not focus on some place, someone, something, and just live with intention. And if I do see something that sparks something in me, I have to write it down and circle back to it later when I do have more time to focus on it. It is easy to get caught in spiral loops with people. And before you know it, an hour or two has passed, and there were those dishes in the sink that I really needed to do, or there was a load of laundry that I needed to take out of the dryer that needs to be folded and put away. I've noticed that it's really hard sometimes to retrain myself, to put myself first, to take care of the things that are in my immediate area that need to be at the priority list. There are days where I don't want to be an adult. Doing the mundane tasks are not fun. But it's also not fun waking up the next day and having the things that I didn't do yesterday waiting for me to do today, on top of everything else that I need to do today. And when I am folding the laundry, and if my mind wanders to somebody else, I just imagine that energy coming back to me, back into the moment, noticing what's happening in this moment, not projecting it out there into the ethers, into someone else who isn't even in my life. And if they are important, then I just need to text them instead of thinking about them. If I really want to know what's going on, just send them a text. I do remember back to my younger self that was so caught up in what everyone else was thinking, and my world was impacted by what others thought about me. There'd be times where I would hear something and then I would go home and my mind would just spiral on what somebody said and relive it over and over and over again in my mind, just making me feel bad about myself. And part of me had wished that I had this understanding and knowledge that I have now to realize that somebody else is allowed to have their own opinion. I don't have to get stuck in this loop in my mind of things that aren't in my environment right now. I don't have anybody in my environment right now that's complaining to me. So why would I be focusing on something negative? I don't have anybody in my environment now who's judging me. So why would I be focusing on anything like that? I have been trying to deliberately craft my life in such a way that I am surrounded by people who support me, who want the best for me, who cheer me on. And there are times where I get out of the house and I cross paths with someone who feels the need to make a hurtful comment. And it's one of those moments where I have to actively go, am I going to engage here or am I just going to let it roll off of me? And I mean, it can go either way. It really can. But if I don't engage and I go back home, I set that back on that person. I give that back. That comment, that hurtful intention, I give it back to the person and let them own that. So many people are walking around the world projecting their pain onto other people. And when I started to look at situations like that, it changed how I receive it. And when I act in ways, when things come up in me and I say things, again, I realize that is me. That is my projection. That is something that's wounded inside of me. My toolbox has been on overdrive lately. I've been searching deep and digging and looking because I am really trying to become hyper-focused on living my life with intention. And what is in my world right now that I can control? What can I influence? What can I change? And if I can't, there's things in this world that I need to be doing and I need to focus on. I've got to be the adult. I got to put my big girl pants on. And I got to face the world head on. Right now, that means that I am pulling all of my energy back into me and deciding what I want to focus on and what I want to do with my valuable resource. Thank you for listening to this episode of Tracy Talks. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe, and share with others who would enjoy listening to this podcast. Friends can find Tracy Talks available on iTunes, Spotify, Substack, and YouTube. Hit me up on Instagram and Facebook at More Tracy Talks. And until next time, we meet again.